Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, sports fans all over. This is Coffee and Sports, the morning show on the Wire to Wire Network. And I'm here with Will and Mo. Fellas, how are we doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Coming off of the shootout that we predicted Monday Night Football would be. I just came out on the wrong end. I had the Ravens winning that shootout. Shout out to the Lions for running the ball down the Ravens' throat.
That Ravens defense has stolen more money than Lloyd Daniels did from the Spurs back in the day. Stealing money.
Will, what you got for us this morning, big dog?
All right, Mo, I got a question for you, brother. Being that we got a lackluster Raw, because I think that promo last night we got from Seth and Cody was probably the best thing of Raw last night. I wanted to ask you this. Since TKO has taken over, has WB gotten worse, better, or indifferent?
I think they got worse.
Yeah.
I think they got worse. And I think the fact that they have it feels like they got a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. So it feels less special, less of an event, and more like a TV situation, a TV promotion. And really that last pay-per-view, you could have got that kind of action on a Raw.
Or a SmackDown.
Or a SmackDown. Or a house show.
Yep.
I guess my point is, last night, I didn't think the Raw was great. The promotion between Cody and Seth, I enjoyed that. I love the match between Asuka and Asuka and Mommy.
Rhea.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the night. Other than that, it was a long, stale show. So, look, I don't think TKO has elevated WWE. If anything, TKO is starting to feel like an anchor around WWE's neck.
Let me ask you this also. Should Raw go back to 2 hours?
Yeah, I think they should, because clearly giving them an extra hour, just giving them an extra hour of making people want to go to sleep. So definitely shorten the show, maybe put in better content, better matches, better storylines. The extra hour, I could use that hour playing Madden. So
I need some different type of stuff going on, because each week, and I think Brent referred to it, it's constantly vision, Usos. Cody Rhodes has now come back in the mix, which kind of lightens it up a little bit. But for the most part, it's the same thing. Rinse and repeat. It's starting to get stale really fast.
Yeah, and look, I get it. You want to highlight your biggest stars. But the truth of the matter, in the men's division, even though you have a lot of huge stars, I would argue that the women's division is much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Like the women are actually outperforming the men in the ring. The best thing the men have done of late is run their mouths on the mic, but the women are better performers in the ring. And if they're going to have a Jey Uso heel turn, speed it up, man. Just get to the point. Stop dragging it out.
I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Plus, they ain't doing your favorite wrestler, LA Knight, no favors.
Yeah, well.
Why you don't like the drag out though? You don't want them to build you up to the climax of him turning heel?
Because it's a bad buildup. Clearly, he's turning. He's turning heel. Like it's not one of those dun dun dun. Like you can see
that's what they're trying to do for you, to dun 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 heel turn.
Yeah, but they're not doing dun dun dun. They're doing dun heel turn.
Taking 9 years to get to one spot. Oh my goodness, one spot that we see coming.
And so, what do? They take the guy who's as over as anybody as a face in Jey Uso, and they decide to turn Jey into a heel, and to complete Jey becoming a heel. Who do they put Jey up against? They put him up against the guy who's probably almost as over as he is in LA Knight, right?
Yep.
So I get what they're doing, but they're just dragging it out, man. And the way they're doing it, whoever's writing these stories, fired.
Is he still going to be eaten as a heel?
He will, but he'll be getting booze, which
Yeah.
which will be fun. Which will be fun. I'll eat with him. I'll still eat with him.
Yeet. All right, Carmike. That's all I got, brother. Thank you, Mo.
Are you ready for some Tuesday morning football talk? Mo, we gonna go with you first, man. Monday Night Football, Ravens Lions, and the Ravens take another L, 38-30 with another clutch. Derrick Henry fumble again, man, in a key moment of the game, man. How concerning is this Ravens loss?
It's concerning because they got Kansas City next, and when that's all said and done, the Chiefs or the Ravens are going to be 1-3. But more concerning if you're the Ravens, it is. Look, Derrick Henry fumble. I get it. He's lost 2 fumbles. That's less about that's who Derrick Henry is, and more to me, just it's an anomaly.
Yeah, but it's the point of the game that he lost those fumbles in. That's the
yeah. It's a bad fumble. But that fumble last night, that was unique because he didn't even realize the guy was behind him in the backfield. That's on him. But the Derrick Henry fumble is not why they lost. They lost because you and I could rush for 200 yards on their defense. That's why they lost. They lost because they've only won 1 game, and it was against a bad Bears team, right? So who doesn't look good versus the Bears other than the Cowboys? But they beat a bad Bears team. But their defense is horrible. It's probably right now, it's as bad a defense in football outside of Dallas.
That's tough to say, man. I don't know. I think Derrick Henry just out there fumbling because he ain't got that gear to get past the dude that's trailing him down no more. Like he looks slower. He used to look like he ran like a freight train, but now he look like he running a little slower.
I think he's the same player he's always been. I think that people look at Derrick Henry and say he's a 250-pound power back. I look at Derrick Henry for what he is. He's a 250-pound breakaway back. He runs people over when he's in the second level, but at the point of attack, he's not that kind of running back. He never has been.
Will, what's your take on Monday Night Football?
The defense is trash. Straight trash. That is the most overpaid defense I have seen so far. You let David Montgomery over 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Come on, man. We Jahmyr Gibbs is always going to be a problem for somebody. He's always going to be a problem. But you let David Montgomery, you talking about Derrick Henry being old and slow.
Hey, wait a
Knuckles,
minute.
man. The Sonic and Knuckles.
David Montgomery's nice. He's nice.
Yeah, you saw he got hawked down last night by the safety.
Well,
he got hawked down by that safety.
Right, but he's not a speed demon. And I guess when they look at film today, if you're the Ravens camp, is that what the safety gets to say? Like, yeah, he ran by me, coach, but I ran him back down.
I just think last night was just all about how bad that Ravens defense is. It's terrible. And you can't win games like that. Then another thing too, I think that those 2 fumbles were an anomaly for Derrick Henry. But still, at the end of the day, I would trust him with the football in his hands more than almost any other running back. He only carried 12 times last night. 12.
Well, once he fumbles the ball, they don't go back to him.
Man.
And plus they was down at that point. So once the team is down, they start throwing the ball more.
Man, look. But even before that point, he should have 12 carries alone in the first quarter. Quarter.
Derrick Henry does have 29 carries for 192 yards in 3 games. Isn't he used to getting like 30 carries in 1 game?
Right.
Yeah, you got to give this man carries in order to be effective. You got to give this man carries.
But what about this, Will? What if they don't believe in Henry like they used to no more?
Well, you shouldn't have paid him. You shouldn't have paid him.
Something ain't up to you, man. He only got.
If you didn't think he was going to be up to stuff for you this season, you shouldn't have paid him. But that man needs more than 12 carries to be effective in a game. He needs more than that to be effective. I can live with the fumbles because your defense is supposed to be the one to help stifle that. But that defense last night couldn't stop us.
Bro, the defense is cooked, man.
We could have ran for 200 yards last night against that defense.
Hey,
So I don't So I don't hold the fumbles against him because again, if that defense was up to snuff,
No, Will.
that would
We
have
ain't
just
doing
stuffed it
that.
out.
You got to hold the fumbles against him, man.
No,
That's your
those
job,
No.
bro.
count.
Secure the ball. That's your job.
Listen, they count. I'm saying they count. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the reason why they lost the game. The defense was the reason why they lost the game.
True,
If your defense was up to snuff, those fumbles wouldn't have mattered as much. And no, it was a terrible defensive game. Henry I still say Henry should have got more carries because that would have took more pressure off Lamar. And again, it was just a bad showing on that defense. Yes, we got a Mark Andrews sighting yesterday, 2 touchdowns. We got a Mark Andrews sighting, which is good, I guess. But look, Isaiah Likely is about to come back, so that might be an issue for him. But that defense was terrible. They're 1-2. We'll see if they can go ahead and even things out against the Chiefs.
I'm with Carmike. The defense is terrible, but you can't lay the ball on the carpet. You can't lay the ball on the carpet. The defense is terrible, but if you know your defense is terrible, what can't you do? You can't turn the football over.
Right.
And I think that Derrick Henry and Lamar has been pretty loose with the football. Like statistically, they're both having really good seasons, but in key moments, they both have made some serious mistakes.
And what I
know Lamar took a beating last night because I think he got sacked 7 times.
He got like 6 or 7 times.
That was Lamar's fault.
Oh,
that was totally.
Definitely.
He was indecisive last night because there were multiple times where he could have just took off, gotten 5 or 6 yards, and got to the ground, and he was hesitant for some reason, and he kept getting sacked. So I think a couple of those sacks for sure. It's Lamar holding the football too long. He's got to be more decisive.
And what have I said about the Ravens on this show? I've said it in the past, and I'll say it again. They'll beat the sisters of the poor. They'll beat them down like they stole something. But when it comes to a good quality team, they'll find a way to mess up.
But hey, the Ravens in the games. See, the thing is, Will, they was up in the games, right? They'll start running the ball because they want to kill the clock.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. Now they lost faith in Henry, which means now they're throwing the ball when they're up, and I don't know. Derrick Henry just fumbles. It just deflates the entire offense for the Ravens, yo. And they get killed.
But Kyle brings up a good point. Lamar makes plenty of mistakes, but they don't take the ball out of his hands. Why would you do it out of Derrick Henry's?
Kyle, you can't even say that. What quarterback gets the ball taken out of his hands? That's not even a realistic thing. I don't care if you're a trash quarterback.
I think they're taking the ball out of Russ's hands.
Like, come on, Jake Browning. This dude threw almost 6 touchdowns in 6 interceptions in 2 games. They still putting the ball in his hands. You gotta have a quarterback.
Yeah, but they got to put it in Jake Browning's hand because
they ain't got nobody else.
Who the hell behind him?
They ain't got nobody else.
No, but he said they don't take the ball out of Lamar's hand. But bro, how you gonna take the ball out of the quarterback hand? That's not even a thing. I think the only time they did that was when the 49ers lost all their quarterbacks and they had to have somebody else back there snapping the ball.
But look, my thing is this too. You still got a quality backup in Justice Hill, and I don't get why he didn't see a lot of play last night.
Look, I get it.
He's more receiving though.
We can talk about,
but he can catch the ball at the backfield, keep that pressure off Lamar.
I mean, we can talk about the Ravens' offensive struggles. Their record is what their record is because their defense is not stopping anybody.
Nope.
Right now, defense not stopping a nosebleed.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Even as that is very true, Mo, they still be up in games. I mean, trying to kill the clock, and Derrick Henry is letting them down because they need to ground and pound. And they're like, you're fumbling in a key moment now. How can we trust you further along with more carries?
You only get to play the Bears so many times. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Listen. Again, if your defense was up to snuff, and I'm not saying and I'm not absolving Derrick Henry, but if your defense is up to snuff, those fumbles would be mitigated to a degree. If your defense was up to snuff, that defense is terrible, and that's going to be the whole story, I think, about the Ravens this season.
So they have The Ravens and Chiefs game next week, a 50-50. Will, what you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. That's
I
about right.
think it's a 50-50
It's
game.
50-50. It's
Even as
50-50.
bad as the Chiefs are offensively. They're offensively. Well, it ain't Patrick Mahomes, but their wide receivers is awful, man. Just awful.
Right.
But let me ask you a question. When it comes to game time moments, who do you trust more at this point? If it comes down to a game moment, who do you trust more at this point?
I mean, at this point, I mean, it's you always gonna trust Mahomes. Mahomes has never been the problem for the Chiefs.
No, not at all. Not at
It's
all.
the wide receivers
It's the
around
wide
him,
receivers. He ain't got
and,
no talent at wide receiver.
and no running back. I don't.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
So this is going to be you would say this would be a defensive battle, but it won't be.
Nuh-uh.
Here, if the Chiefs offense is going to look good this year, like look really good, it'll be
This is
against
it.
this Ravens defense. But on the flip side, Lamar and them not putting up 28 against that Kansas City defense. So now you got to rely on your defense to do something they haven't done all year long and stop somebody. Yeah, that's why it's a 50-50 game.
If those receivers for Kansas City play and have good games against the Ravens, that tells you something about the Ravens. That tells you even more.
But
If they ain't do jack against the Giants, nothing. If they come out and they play well against the Ravens, what they say about that defense? What does it say? It's still an issue.
But my thing is though, is with the Chiefs don't have a run game. The Bills and the Lions ran the ball completely down their throats. That's what caused the problems for the Ravens. So now, with the Chiefs not having a run game, do you really still think they're gonna beat them?
I think they're going to try to run the football, and we can talk about the Chiefs' offense. They don't have a lot of explosive talent on the outside. I'm not debating that, but is the Chiefs' offense worse than the Ravens' defense? I think that's a dead heat.
My thing is this. Yeah. I think Pacheco has been very Pacheco and Kareem have both been disappointing. But if any team disappointing. Wait a minute. I'm being nice.
You starting to sound like our boy Tony.
Listen,
I know he's a Chiefs fan. Look, I think Pacheco's a good football player. But he's just a football player. He's not a special running back. He's not a 15. He's never gonna make a Pro Bowl. Kareem Hunt, the last time Kareem Hunt was any good,
it was in Cleveland.
Was when he was doing bad things off the field. So
he was in Cleveland when he was doing good.
They have average running backs. So I do not expect their average running backs to suddenly look like the Lions running back. If their average running backs are able to run the ball down the Ravens' throat, season's over. Baltimore not going to the playoffs. Dude, Kansas City can run the football off.
And do you think? And here's my thing. Do you think that coaching staff for KC ain't gonna try to get that run game going? I think they'll try to get it going.
I mean, you can try, but again, like, here's the thing. Pacheco's this dude. If you need 3 yards, he'll get you 3 yards. If you need 4 yards, he'll get you 3 yards. That's who he is. He's that dude.
He'll get you no yards out the yards out the run.
I'm not killing him. He's a good running back. But a lot of these people overrate their talent. Like, it's like, well, they got really good running backs, but the receivers are average. No, they got average everywhere. The only guy that's special is Patrick Mahomes. Everybody else is average.
Hey, Kyle said Pacheco about to look like Eric Dickerson against the Ravens.
Well, if he does, season's over. Over. If he gonna look like Eric Dickerson, I'm just sitting Lamar for the rest of the year because
oh yeah, we seen everybody. And I really think
they got time to figure it out, man.
And I really think Andy Reid is gonna try to get those boys going. And when they get going,
Harbaugh got time to figure it out, man. But before midseason get here, when it really start getting serious for the Ravens, man.
It's serious now. Somebody's coming out of that division game, and they're gonna be 1-3. It's serious now.
It is very serious now, but I think the NFL set it up this way because usually the division games start like mid-season and in the back half because they know everybody be geared up and ready by then. But they put it in the front half. I think they did that to make it more competitive going down the line, starting mid-season, starting earlier in the season, people like, dang, we took like the Ravens already lost to the Bills, so now Bills got the one up on the Ravens going into the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, and you already know, Lamar and them don't play good in that snow.
No, Cottrell brings up a great point. That's facts. The Ravens defense didn't start looking like a high-level defense till the last few games of the season. So this isn't new, but my problem is if you get it together at the end of the year and they added guys who were supposed to bolster the roster, including the secondary, how are you worse?
Exactly.
How are you worse?
Exactly. Ravens are in the playoffs for him already.
Kyle is a serious Ravens hater.
So,
where jury at? That's what I want to know. We need jury on this panel. Where jury at?
A historic 92 points allowed in 3 games, with analysts calling the unit embarrassing. Dallas have fallen to 1-2. What's your take on Dallas this far, Mo?
My take is what I said before but by the way, before the Parsons trade, I said they weren't gonna make the playoffs. After the Parsons trade, they really ain't gonna make the playoffs. So nothing changed. They're a bad team. They're a bad team that's not gonna make the playoffs.
You don't think they would have still been in the at least wild card with Parsons giving them the ball back?
No, because they're not a good defensive unit. And what people have exposed is that secondary. Not that good at all. Not that good at all. That secondary is trash. Dallas is overrated on both sides of the football. And you saw that because so much of what they do in the passing game is relying on what CeeDee Lamb could do winning one-on-ones. Take away CeeDee Lamb, where are they going with the football? They're not going to make the playoffs. They're a bad football team. And I know this is rough for Cowboy fans. It shouldn't be, though, because you guys haven't been good in a minute.
How long is a minute, though?
Huh? Like ever? When's the last time the Cowboys been relevant? I mean, except the Cowboy Nation.
The winner back in '95.
Right. Exactly. The last time they mattered, Michael Irvin was snatching balls out there. Right. It's been a minute.
Mo, you notice something? Even when the team was bad, they would still highlight the cheerleaders. When was the last time you heard anything from the cheerleaders?
I know.
They used to, even when the team was bad. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
He caught it. Dez did catch it.
Man, who cares?
Hey, Cottrell, I believe you. I think he caught it too.
You do,
but as the game played out, I was actually rooting for Green Bay to win, so I was glad that they didn't count that.
Well, what's up, man? What's going on with the Cowboys, man?
Overrated and overpaid. Diggs is not that dude. You saw him fall down, got tripped up and couldn't recover on that play.
Well, he tried to do something. I don't know what this thing is with DBs that's trying to run real quick and push the wide receiver and try to run back. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Dumbest thing you could do. And then you got George Pickens. I talked about it yesterday over there, that's spazzing out. Look here, that interception, one of those interceptions that Dak threw, that wasn't on Dak. That was on you. Then you going over to the coach, just like you did with the Steelers, acting out like a baby.
Not getting money this offseason. This a money year for this dude. And I know his agent told him this is an opportunity to show what you can do and get paid.
Yeah.
George Pickens is getting nada this when y'all.
And look here,
somebody gonna pick him up in the free agency. Watch.
Pick him up, Carmike. Yes, but for a minimum contract.
He gonna get a minimum vet deal.
Yeah, he ain't even 30 yet. He ain't getting no big deal.
He'll get that minimum vet deal. I don't think he's 30 yet.
But my thing, cool medium.
But my thing is this: without CeeDee Lamb, you're hurting. That's gonna hurt your run game and the effectiveness of Devontae Williams. Only weapon he got, and he really isn't a weapon, he's just a good tight end, is Jake Ferguson. So those boys are cooked. They cook. So and there will be no wild card in their future, because when you look at what Tampa Bay is doing and what the Seahawks are doing, there's no wild card in that future at all.
So, Will, without CeeDee Lamb, you saying Dak is not enough to help the Cowboys get into the playoffs.
No. Him alone. That's not enough. They can't stop anybody.
Even
They're
with the
gonna load the
extra day a
box.
week, somebody got to get in the playoffs.
They can't stop
It
nobody.
won't be the Cowboys.
They can't stop nobody. They're gonna load the box to stop the run, force Dak to throw. Those wide receivers. You scared of any of those wide receivers without CD Lamb? I ain't even scared of George Pickens.
Yo, people sleep, but
He's
George
the best
Pickens
weapon
was
that they have.
cooking, and he would when he gets started, he was cooking for the Steelers, which is the reason why the Steelers had some type of offense with Russell and Justin Fields out there, with Mason Rudolph back there. They had some type of offense. Once George Pickens started going, problem is he in a new system, so he don't know what he's doing right now. But yo, Mo, you don't think that can get the Cowboys into the playoffs, man?
No.
Wild card?
I think Dak's a good quarterback. So if you're asking me the question, do I think he's a good quarterback? I do think he's a good quarterback. Do I think he can take the talent around him? I'm talking about at the skill positions with their current offensive line and what they do on defense and get into the playoffs? Absolutely not. Not going to the playoffs.
Mo, is the Chiefs dynasty over? Will Patrick Mahomes not win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years?
Nah, he ain't winning one in the next 3 years.
Ooh.
Nah.
I mean, even with Travis Kelce leaving after next season, they got a little cap room to make some moves. Nothing?
I think if you're asking me, are they going to try to reboot and put guys around? Of course. He is a franchise quarterback. Still one of the top two. We still call him the guy, right? If he's not the guy, then it's Allen or the often injured Joe Burrow or Lamar, right? This isn't about me what I think of Patrick Mahomes as a talent. This is me knowing what the NFL does. Things can be cyclical. And what I'm saying is they've had a great run. Like the debate about Patrick Mahomes is, has any quarterback started his career with as much success as Patrick Mahomes has early in his career? The answer would be no. But all I'm saying is
Tom Brady did.
Huh?
Tom Brady did.
Yeah, I think that's comparable. And then what happened? Brady went on a decade-long not winning anything. So you ask me, was Mahomes going to win another Super Bowl in 3 years? I'm going to say no. But if you ask me, is he ever going to win another Super Bowl? I would say yes.
No, we just talking the next 3 years.
Nah.
Is the Chiefs dynasty over? Will Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years?
No. I just think teams caught up to him. I think Denver's caught up to him. I think the Chargers has caught up to him. I think too many teams have surpassed them talent-wise and can really give them a run from their money, if not outright beat them. And yeah, you could try to retool. You can bring back Tyreek Hill to help, but I just think teams have caught up to him in terms of talent and knowing what that system is. So no, I don't think they win for the next 3 years. Now, do I think Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl? Yeah, but not within the next 3 years.
I agree. I think he wins another one.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting thing when we start talking about greatest this or greatest that. His start is amazing, but I would propose to you guys, if Patrick Mahomes goes on to have a career where he makes, let's say, 6 or 7 more Pro Bowls, but he doesn't win another Super Bowl. He don't win no Super Bowls. Where would you put him all time? You see what I'm saying? Like,
right next to Aaron Rodgers.
Huh? Where is he at? Where is he
Mo,
at?
correct me if I'm wrong.
Can't deny Aaron Rodgers was that dude, man. He was one of them guys, always in the MVP voting, Pro Bowler.
I mean, I agree with everything you said. And where would you put Aaron Rodgers? Because you wouldn't put him in the top 5.
No, hell no. Hey Mo, let me ask you a question. Am I correct in saying that? Because we look at Patrick Mahomes not winning, we got. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Tom Brady didn't go back to another Super Bowl for what, 10 seasons?
It was a decade.
Yeah.
But he did. So, and to his credit, he comes back and he wins a few more. Like what Brady did has never been done before. That's why he is who he is.
Yep.
And I'm not knocking Mahomes and saying it's impossible, but the likelihood of him being able to pull off what Brady did it's not very likely.
No.
So, Will, did you see the Kelsey Reed incident on the sideline?
Yeah.
So was that something or was it nothing?
I think it's nothing at the end of the day. You got two professionals. And the situation was sort of kind of supercharged. But look, they're both professionals, and I think that's something that you can easily get over. Cause both guys were overzealous, and I think they'll get over it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun.
yeah.
I thought that was one of those. Andy Reid was like, "Who you talking to?" I thought Andy Reid got hot. I was like, "Yo, Andy
Take
Reid
this
still
Waffle
got
House. I'll
yeah,
take this Waffle House and whoop your ass.
yeah." Andy Reid still got some fire in there. Like
Yeah, you do.
he like, what do you mean you don't like the play call? Like I think that it was just a moment. They're both
Yep.
competitors. I think like they did in the post game, they've moved on from it, and it's not
Oh,
the first time that they've had heated discussions. That
Mhm.
happens in time to time, especially when your team is struggling. So I don't I think it's nothing. It's a nothing.
man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I tell you right now, Trout's better get ready for more of that because you about to mill it. You about to marry Taylor Swift. You better get ready for more of that.
That boy cooked after the season, so it don't even matter what he do. Um, I meant to bring this up. Caleb Williams. Was that win more about Caleb Williams or the Cowboys' bad defense?
Obviously, about the Cowboys' bad defense.
You ain't gonna give Caleb no credit.
I gave him credit yesterday. I said he had a really good game. Clearly, his best game of the season. He looked terrific. But I want to remind everybody, while Caleb Williams looked terrific, 36-year-old, everybody calling him washed, Russell Wilson looked even better versus that Dallas defense. So if Russ is washed and we want to bench Russ, I'm not giving you no credit. So what? You suppose if you can't look good against Dallas, you ain't gonna look good against nobody. I want to see Caleb Williams play a good football game against a good defense.
Well, what you think?
I think it's more of the Dallas defense more than Caleb. Again, I'm not gonna overreact because it's the Dallas Cowboys defense he played against. He did look good. He looked great. But again, I want to see him do it against some quality football teams before I'm willing to say that he's that quote unquote guy. I want to see him stack some more performances. That's Kyle just said.
So I was looking at some like the get up and some stuff online, and I seen that it was mentioned that the Eagles are starting to become an elite company as far as the Brady and Patriots and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs primes when they was finding ways to win games. Will, what you think? Are the Eagles becoming in that elite company of finding ways to win?
I don't think they're there yet. If you take those two block field goal attempts away, the Rams win that game. So I don't think they're there yet. But they're getting close. You can't deny that talent. Yeah, you can't deny what they have at receiver. You can't deny what they have at running back. You can't deny that talent, but I don't think they're quite there yet. Because again, if it wasn't for those two block kicks and that touchdown being ran, Rams win that game.
Mo, what you think?
So I guess if the argument is, are they on the same level or close to as what Mahomes and Brady were when they were winning, the Jalen Hurts led Eagles have been to 2 Super Bowls and they've won one. So I think you would have to go to another Super Bowl and win another one before you're in that conversation. Last time I checked, they've won 1 Super Bowl. They've been to 2, and I think that's not an easy feat, but they've only won 1. I think you've got to be a multiple time Super Bowl winner to put you in the same conversation with Brady and Mahomes. And look, the Eagles look terrific so far. And for them to walk the Rams down the way they did, that was impressive. But I would argue, as good as Philly was, a lot of that was about what the Rams didn't do.
Mo, let me ask you this. Does that change if he wins that first Super Bowl, does that change the opinion of Jalen Hurts if he wins that first one?
No, because I'm fine with him. I think he's a really good quarterback. But I think that had he won that one, they still would have said that look at the talent around him, right?
Mm,
It's still gonna be look at the talent around him.
right.
It's funny because we pick and choose who we want to water down when we do that, right? A lot of great quarterbacks have had a lot of talent around them, and what's impressive to me, for example, is what Mahomes did a couple of years ago when he won a Super Bowl, and he didn't have an elite receiving core. He had a bunch of 2s and 3s, and he won a Super Bowl. And so if you're going to compare him to somebody like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, I get why you would slight him. But I've seen other quarterbacks with a lot of talent have success, and we didn't slight them. So I just think Jalen Hurts is one of those guys that no matter what he does, he'll never get the credit he deserves.
Why Peyton don't get slighted when he had Marvin and Reggie Wayne his majority of his career with the Colts?
I think it's because Peyton was so beloved by the media. He was beloved by the media. How could you really say he did anything wrong? I think that's the reason why he didn't get he didn't get the slack that Jalen Hurts is getting.
I think that's fair. The guy had Marvin Harrison, Hall of Famer, Reggie Wayne, who will be in the Hall of Fame, Dallas Goedert, Edgerrin James, Hall of Famer.
Dallas Clark.
Right, Dallas Clark. Yeah, my fault, Dallas Clark. And they won one Super Bowl. And I've seen many times, and I mean many times, where Peyton Manning melted down the playoffs. So it's weird that he doesn't get the slight. But I think Will hit it on the head. They pick and choose who they love. He is beloved. For whatever reason, he's beloved.
What did Skip Bayless call him? The best regular season quarterback ever?
I think that's exactly who he is.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly who he is.
Mo, who is the biggest threat in the NFC? Is it the Rams to the Eagles, or is it the Packers to the Eagles?
I still think it's the Rams. I still think it's the Rams. Look, you're an Eagles fan. You saw the game that they played in the playoffs. Then you just saw the game the other night. Like, for whatever reason, like if you're the Eagles, ultimately you can say like we keep winning, we keep finding different ways to beat the Rams. But I think the Rams are the ones that are the biggest threat to the Eagles. I do. And here's the thing: could the Eagles get upset and then the Rams beat somebody else? Sure, that could happen. I think the Rams are like, if you go back and look at the game, I thought the Eagles defense did a really good job for the better part, especially in the second half against the Rams passing offense. I thought the Rams should have ran the ball more because they had success running the football. But I think the Rams are their biggest threat. I still don't think the Rams have played their best football.
Will, what you think?
I got the Rams on because I trust a healthy Matthew Stafford more than I do Jordan Love. I like the receivers that the Rams can give you. That defense is young and up and coming too. So I got the Rams, and then after the Rams, it's the Packers.
This is a very good question. I want y'all opinion. Who is the best team in the NFL right now?
It's the Eagles.
Until somebody beat them.
I think it's the Eagles. Yep, I think it's the defending champs till somebody beat. And even if the Eagles lose a game, I'm not going to go, well, that's it, season's over.
Right.
I'm not expecting them to go undefeated, but I think the Eagles, when you look at what they can do on both sides of the football, I still think they're the best team in football. Not Buffalo.
You don't think Buffalo? That's what I was about to say.
Not Buffalo. Nope, not Buffalo.
Yo,
not the Chargers. And I got a lot of respect for Jim Harbaugh and what he's doing there, but I don't think it's the Chargers. It's certainly not the Ravens. I think the Rams are close to them, but if I'm choosing, I'm still taking the Eagles. Who else in the NFC? The Commanders aren't going to beat the Eagles. Who are the threats? I'm not scared. I think Tampa Bay is good, not a threat to the Eagles. Who's a threat in the NFC when you really look at it? Remember, we're in a quarterback-driven league. Yep. Somebody's probably going to say Detroit. I don't think Detroit can beat the Eagles.
Hold on. You mean to tell me, Mo, you wouldn't
been looking very surgical this year. He's been looking real MVP-ish right now.
Hold up, Mo. You mean to tell me you wasn't impressed with Debo the other day?
Did you see what he did? You see what he did?
I said Debo.
Did you see what he did? I remember all that talk after the first game. He had a couple touchdowns. Look what they got. And I keep telling people, gadget guys don't produce week in and week out. He a gadget guy. Y'all gotta stop.
Cordell Patterson was producing for the Falcons week in and week out when he had his little stint. He was turning it up.
Who?
Cordell Patterson.
Right. Where is he now?
Last I saw, the Steelers cut him.
Right. Where is he now? Like everybody can have a moment. Everybody can have a moment. Where is he now? I'm not hating. I think Josh Allen is having a terrific season. James Cook is an underrated running back that nobody talks about, but he's
cooking.
He's nice. They have a lot of guys in that receiving core that can make plays. They don't have a definitive one, but maybe that's what makes them more dangerous. I still don't think if you're asking me to choose between Buffalo and the Eagles, I'm still going to take the Eagles.
Will, who you think the biggest threat? I mean, who you think the best team in the NFL is?
Right until somebody knock them off, it's the Eagles. Until someone knocks them off, it's the Eagles, but hands down. Go back and look at the roster construction. Where are they weak? They're deep at almost every position. And they've been through some trials and tribulations to come back. Now, we can sit here like, tush push. Yeah, we can sit here and talk about that. But I'm one of the proponents that say they can win without that. That's just me.
So I gotta bring it up, Mo, since you are a fan of this team, man. 3-0. Mo, are you on board with the Niners being a wild card team this year?
I'm on board with the possibility of them being a wild card team, but look, we just lost our best pass rusher.
Yep.
We bodies just keep dropping. Eventually, as good as Robert Saleh is, as genius and offensive mind Shanahan is, eventually the injuries catch up to you. And look, you have to look at their schedule.
Next man up, Mo. Next man up.
Well, we're actually at next man up. But my point is, at some point, the injuries catch up to you. So, do I think the Niners have the shot to make the playoffs? I do. Do they have a chance to make? Do they have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs? Absolutely not.
Oh, you pushing it too far, man. I just said, are you on board with them being a wild card team?
Man, you done lost to Warren Jennings too.
I think they have a shot, but I don't. All I'm saying is look at their schedule. They do have a soft schedule. You have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and they're going to make the playoffs.
You lost to Warren Jennings too, man. I don't know.
Look, give Mac Jones credit. Shanahan has coached him up. Mac Jones has actually played really good football so far. This is going to be one of those years, if he doesn't go down with injuries, that Christian McCaffrey is probably going to have 1,000 yards receiving to go with. He's not going to have a huge rushing season. He's not going to rush for 1,400 or 1,500 yards, but this could be a season where he has 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving.
Will, what you think, man? Are you on board with the Niners being a wild card team?
No. Only because I'm looking at what the Seahawks can do. On the offensive side of the ball, they can do some things. Defense is coming along for Seattle. The 49ers injury bug is just killing me. Kittle, Jennings. I don't trust
favorite boy for the season.
I don't trust McCaffrey to stay healthy for the season. So, those injuries, those injuries are gonna catch you. Those injuries are gonna catch you.
As a football player, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, but you know who ain't coming to the barbecue? Them Bosa brothers. They're not coming.
Oh no. Hey, no.
They're not coming to the cookout.
Exactly. We talked about that last night on Sports Report. Nope. But yeah, I don't think they make that wild card. I think injuries catch them.
So, Will, are we a believer, man? And Mr. Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones is what they like to call him. So he's in Indianapolis.
As a game manager, yeah, but nothing more than that.
Hey, he's proven he can win games.
Nothing more than that. Game manager. Exactly what he is.
No, see, a game manager was like Ryan Tannehill. He was just
No,
toting the ball off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was getting
he tricked them
250
for
yards a
2.0.
game, and then Ryan Tannehill would just throw it as they seen the box was stacked. That's a game manager. I'm gonna throw it here and there. Danny Dimes coming out the gate throwing, but even though he do have an elite running back there.
He got good weapons on the outside too. But I'm just saying, I'm not having my high expectations, because that's what killed him with the Giants was expectations. That's the thing that kills us all as people, high expectations. If you keep him down at the game manager level, make him make plays, stay active. You just said it. He got a hell of a running back there with Jonathan Taylor. He got receivers on the outside with Pittman, got a good rookie tight end and Warren. He's got weapons. He's just going to be the type of quarterback that doesn't need to lose the game for you. That's it. You can't depend on him to win it, but we just don't want him to lose it. And I think that's where Danny Dimes is at level wise. And if he keeps doing that, they're gonna win that division.
Mo, what you think about Indiana Jones?
I think that before he came into the season and started playing the way he has so far, I said if he was a game manager, they could win the division. He right now, the first 3 games of the season, he's pushing for MVP. He's not playing like a game manager. He's playing like he's trying to be MVP. Like if he's gonna be this, if this is what he's gonna be, they're gonna run away with the division, and that guy's gonna be in the Pro Bowl and he's gonna be in the MVP. Like he's doing a lot more. He's doing a lot more than get. Look, I'm not telling anybody what he's gonna do is sustainable. I think him being a game manager is sustainable, which means I still think they win the division. But he's actually punching way above his weight right now. This guy's averaging 9 yards a pass completion, 9 yards. And they're not dinking and dunking. Watch a Colts game. They push the ball down the field. They're pushing the ball down the field. So they're letting this guy use the whole playbook. I thought they were going to water down the playbook and have him dink and dunk. Danny Dimes is killing it right now, so I'm gonna give him credit where credit is due. Do I think he can play at this level for the breadth of the season? I don't, but I think when you've got Jonathan Taylor and one of the best offensive lines in football, they're gonna be fine either way.
I got a question, and I brought this question up last night. What would happen to the Giants organization if we got a Colts-Eagles Super Bowl?
Colts-Eagles?
Uh-huh.
You see the Colts getting
No,
past.
I'm just asking, what would happen to the Giants organization if we got a Colts-Eagles Super Bowl? You just lost Danny Dimes, goes out to be successful, gets to the big game. Saquon already got one. That'll kill that Giants football team. That's 2 talents you let go.
It's a lot of people who let go talents, you know what I mean? And it's still trash. Jaguars ain't won nothing as of nothing. Panthers ain't been winning.
It'll just be funny.
Giants one of the oldest organizations. It'll be all right.
It'll just be funny. It'll just be funny.
Took a loss on letting Danny Dimes go, but we all forgetting that the Colts also has the best offensive line in the game right now.
This is true. One of them.
They're one of them. If it's not the Eagles, it's the Colts.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. They got one of the best offensive lines. So if you can't produce behind that, Anthony Richardson, he's cooked. He's gone.
I saw some highlights of him in Florida yesterday. That's a shame the way he turned out. That's a shame.
He's supposed to be the next Cam Newton, man.
Nah, man, no.
But
no.
Moving on, man. Let's go to week 4. Will, at the top, man. Seahawks, Cardinals on Thursday. Who you got winning?
I got the Seahawks.
Mo?
I'd really be surprised if the Seattle didn't run away with. I think the Seattle win again. I'm gonna say 24-10.
Yo, Kyler Murray's been balling, man. He been
but James Conner out, and now you got to depend on your running back there, Trey Benson.
I mean, he don't need that. He got Marvin Harrison out there.
Marvin Harrison, how many catches he got on the year? Like 2.
I mean, he dropped some wide opens, man. You know,
it seems like him and Kyler are not on the same page because he's not getting no targets.
No, he was getting targets. He was just dropping them last game.
All I know is Kyler looked good game in the first game. He didn't look so good in the second game. He looked worse last week. So look, if you're on the Kyler Murray train that he's going to take you to the playoffs, don't invest in that stock.
You ain't lying.
You
for
got
real.
Kyler Murray up until Call of Duty drops, and then you're gonna be missing him for a few weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You never lie. You never lie.
Call of Duty come out. Oh, Kyler Murray on the hour.
Yep. Oh, you on IR for a minute.
Hour.
He's fun to watch. I mean, he is. He's fun to watch. He's entertaining. I don't think he can take you to the playoffs.
Nope.
You know, I don't like him as a quarterback, man. You know, being 5'6" behind the line is just that's
He can't see over his own line.
Can't even see it. But Mo, Vikings, Steelers, who you got?
I'll take the Vikings.
You going with Carson Wentz?
He gets to go against that Steelers defense, sure.
Mhm.
And the Vikings defense gets to go against that Steelers offense. Why wouldn't you go Vikings?
Because I mean, I don't know. You don't trust Aaron Rodgers more than Carson Wentz?
I don't trust Aaron Rodgers more than Brian Flores.
Facts.
Will, who you
Facts.
go with?
I got the Vikings.
Got the Vikings.
I got the Vikings. Yep. Too many weapons. Too many weapons for that Steelers defense.
This is Will's favorite right here. Commanders versus the Falcons. Who you got?
Marcus Mariota looked good last week. I'm going with the Commanders.
Going with Commanders,
Yep.
Mariota and Debo.
Yep. Mariota and Debo. I'm going Mariota and Debo. Yep. Yep.
You know what? That's weird. That's a weird combo.
That's a weird combination. But against
as weird as that combo is, I'm actually with Will. I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
I'm going with the Commanders.
Mariota and Debo. You know what? It's not that I don't think Atlanta has playmakers on defense. It's that if you look at the talent they have on offense, that offense should be so much better than what it is. But you can tell by the way they play call.
Bad week, Mo.
No, it's not just a bad week. They don't trust Michael Penix. They don't trust him. And if you're not, if you don't trust him, then why is he starting? Because if you're not going to open up the playbook and let him push the ball down the field and attack defenses vertically, then why are you starting him?
Falcons got talent. They got talent. They got Drake London. They got talent, man. And Bijan Robinson is probably one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in football. They got talent. They just don't use it correctly.
I wouldn't take them. Yeah, I wouldn't take I wouldn't bet on the Falcons.
I wouldn't bet on them at all.
They got murked against the Panthers.
Yeah, they did.
They had a bad offensive week, man. That's all. That's all.
Ain't nobody picking the Falcons, but the Falcons. That's it.
Oh man, Mo. Chargers versus the Giants. Who you going with?
The Chargers, of course.
You don't think Mr. Wilson's gonna come out throw for another 4?
I think that Chargers defense, if Russ starts, he's probably going to get sacked. I'll go 4 or 5 times, and he's going to give up at least 1 turnover. If Russ starts against the Chargers, and by the way, I think this is by design. Russ is going to start. That Chargers defense is gonna light him up. That will be the game in which Jackson Dart gets in the second half or in the fourth quarter, and become. I think they're gonna bring in Jackson. If they bring him in to start, that's a horrible way to start.
No, I think they're gonna bring him in versus them Saints.
Right. Right.
I said that last night. Go on, bring him on in. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Let Russ take a beating and then let Jackson Dart start against the Saints.
But do you see that Giants pass rush? Mahomes was running a lot, dodging a lot against Carter and Burns. That pass rush is dangerous over there. And Justin Herbert is a stationary dude. He ain't as quick as Mahomes. He can get out the pocket, but he ain't as shifty as Mahomes is, though.
He's not as shifty. I agree. But I'm gonna trust the Chargers defense against the Giants offense.
Will, where you going?
That Chargers defense is gonna pin his ears back, and Russ is gonna be in for a long day. I got the Chargers.
Will, Titans, Texans. Who you going?
You know what? I'm gonna shock a lot of people. I'm going with the Titans.
Cam Ward first win.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm going with the Titans. That schedule has not been kind to Cam Ward. That schedule has not been kind to him. But I think this is the game right here that he gets right. I think him and Calvin Ridley show what they can do.
So, right, you going against CJ Stroud, man?
Yep. That line is terrible.
Hey.
They can't run the football because the line is so bad. I do feel sorry for Nico
Titans
Collins.
line is bad too.
I do feel sorry for Nico Collins, but I just think that this is going to be the game the Titans get that win.
Mo, where you going?
I'm going with the Texans.
You go with
I think the Texans get their first win of the year. Even though they have their struggles on offense, their defense is really good. I think their defense gets after Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward gets sacked 4 or 5 times. He's probably going to turn the ball over a couple times. This is not the game. This is not going to be a coming out game for Cam Ward. This is going to be a beatdown game for Cam Ward. So I think the Texans win. But you know what? If you look at Cam Ward, I'm just talking about his body type. He's a big dude. But he's big dude, not like ripped. He's built like Leftwich. Remember Byron Leftwich?
Yep.
They're built the same. The only difference is obviously Byron Leftwich had the foot speed of Peyton Manning, but they're very similar in body type. I think Cam Ward is a mobile quarterback, but I also think that he runs upright, which makes him an easy target for defenders. So
I don't know, his pass style he looks like he's going in the Mahomes range of the way he sidearms the balls and all that stuff. Like he going in that direction with his play style.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying that when he runs, he runs so upright. That's I'm just saying he makes himself too easy a target.
Mo, Eagles, Bucks.
I got Eagles.
Will.
Eagles.
Saints, Bills.
Man, come on.
I got Saints.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna make history for the first time in this show.
You're going for the Saints?
I'm finna make history. I'm going with the Saints.
It is history.
Spencer Rattler.
And I think that Spencer Rattler would throw for 2 touchdowns and 212 yards. There you go.
You know what?
You heard it first.
I'm in agreement with Will.
I'm out there.
Spencer Rattler throws for 200 yards and 2 pick sixes at a touchdown.
I'm going with the Saints. I'm bucking the odds. I'm going with the Saints. Now watch us get destroyed by 50, but I'll go with the Saints.
Will, Browns, Lions. Mo.
Lions. But I don't think they're going to win, but they're not going to put up 30-something points against Cleveland's defense.
It's going to be a little bit tougher for them because Myles Garrett going to come with some heat.
Lately, man. Myles Garrett got that defense on another gear.
Oh, yeah. And Denzel Ward's no joke either.
Mo, Colts, Rams. Where are you going?
This might be the best game this weekend. This is what you call it when the rubber hits the wall.
Rubber hits the road.
Because
it's a real test for Danny Dimes.
Yeah, because I think the Rams offense is going to be able to move the football against that Colts defense. They have playmakers on that defense, but it's more of a bend, don't break defense. So Danny Dimes is going to have to put up points against a Rams pass rush that gets after you. That front seven is a problem. If he can play well that game, then what are we going to say? I'm picking the Rams. I'm picking the Rams to win, but I'm going to say Danny Dimes still plays well.
Well, where are you going?
I got the Rams winning this in a close one. I think the Colts running game might keep them somewhat involved, somewhat in it. But yeah, I think the Rams, particularly with the way they played last week, giving up that game, they come in with an attitude and a chip on their shoulder. So I got to go with the Rams.
So I'm going to go 2 more so we can get out of here. Will. Ravens, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
But yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Mahomes, man, especially when your defense is bad.
In a game like that, Chiefs.
Mo, where you going?
I'm going Big Red Spags. I'm going Chiefs.
All right, and the biggest game, which everybody's going to be tuned in, Michael's going back home. Packers, Cowboys. Where you going, Mo?
I'm going Packers. I say Micah meets Dak in the backfield 3 times.
Will, where you going, man?
I got Green Bay. I just think this is going to be a huge game for what Green Bay can do on offense. I think they'll rebound too, from that dismal performance they had against the Browns. So I got to go with Green Bay.
I take it back. I take back what I just said. Micah probably won't get any sacks because Jerry Jones would rather let another guy get 4 sacks than Micah get a sack.
What they gonna do?
They're gonna double him.
They're gonna double Micah off the
over
edge.
to chip him. Micah's not getting any sacks.
Micah gonna sack Jerry. There you go, Kyle. There he gonna sack Jerry.
You better block Micah all night, or you ain't got no job tomorrow morning.
That
exactly.
is the mission.
Facts.
Jerry doesn't even care if they win the game as long as Parsons doesn't get a sack.
And I'm thinking for some reason, and he hadn't really shown anything yet as a rookie, but this might be Golden's coming out game for Green Bay.
Nah, Golden ain't doing nothing.
It might be his with Reed going down. You don't think so?
No, they going to Dobbs, Kraft. They going the other direction. Golden, he ain't doing that. He got to show up. He got to do something. He got to make them want to give him the ball or something. I don't know, but. Anyway, we appreciate everybody who stopped through this morning to the Wire to Wire Network on the Coffee and Sports Morning Show. Will, you have any closing remarks for our people?
Just want to say thank you for having me for these couple of days, and I'll see you guys again next week.
And as always, if you mow better, you do better. Close us out.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the energy chat. Make sure you check out all the great content we have at Wire to Wire Network. Wire to Wire Network, we appreciate you guys.